how to make double crochet stitches. If you're using US terms, this is a double crochet to you, and if you're using UK terms, this is a treble crochet to you. How to do a double crochet stitch if you're using US terms. You yarn over on your hook, insert your hook through the stitch, so you've got those two little loops from the stitch on your hook also. You pick up the yarn from the back and bring to the front. You now have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to pick up your yarn again and pull through the first 2 loops on your hook. So now you have 2 loops on your hook. You're again going to pick up the yarn and pull through both loops, which means you now only have 1 loop on your hook. Again, yarn over and insert into the stitch you're going for. Pick up from the back your yarn and bring to the front. 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, take through first 2 loops, yarn over and bring through those second 2 loops. Yarn over, insert, pick up through 2 and 2. And now I'm just going to do a work on a chain stitch. This is the turn. I'll also show you in a moment. So if you're working straight piece like this, how to do your turn. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3 chain stitches. This is considered your first double crochet. So your first stitch that you would work would be on that space there. You see here, this one there, right there. But you're now going to skip that stitch because this chain 3 that you made, that is basically your first stitch, which means that your next double crochet, so you're not going to go for that space, but for the next space. That's where you're going to make your first full double crochet. So if you look at it this way, you now have a chain 3, that's this one here, and you have this double crochet. And these are basically first 2 stitches. So that means that when you get to the other side, you're going to have to work on top of that chain 3 also, because otherwise your work is going to go skew. So I'm just quickly going to go to the other side and just show you exactly what I mean by that. And so I have 10 stitches here, which means that I have 9 full double crochets that I've worked in the double crochet way, and I've got a chain 3, and that chain 3 counts as my first double crochet. So I actually have 9 plus 1. So I've now worked this last double crochet on my full stitch, but now you still see this chain 3 here. Also, if you were to count, you'd see chain 3, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means I have 8 double crochets and a chain 3. So if I was to stop here, I would actually decrease with this stitch because I wouldn't work this last one, and that means my work wouldn't be straight on this edge, but it would actually go like this. So it's very important to also work on your turning chain. So you see you've got 3 chain stitches here, and you take the top one and just insert your hook into that top stitch and then complete your double crochet. If that chain 3 is hard for you to spot, especially in the beginning it can be very hard, insert a stitch marker into that chain 3. Then you know for sure that you're not going to miss it, because otherwise your work is going to go all skew. So I'll show you the turn again. Chain 3. I'm going to turn my work around, and then I'm going to skip this first stitch, that's that stitch there, and then go for the second. So now I have the chain 3 as my first stitch and the double crochet as my second. And then again work on every stitch. So I'm going to work again to the other side. I just need to work the last double crochet on the on this full stitch here. You see I've still got one stitch there, it's that stitch, and then I've got the chain 3. I'm just going to work on that last stitch, and now on the chain 3, so it's on that top chain stitch, insert your hook and complete. And then your edges should be, if everything went well, straight. So if they're going like this, you most probably missed the chain 3, and if they're going like that, you've most probably accidentally added a stitch. Usually that happens when you don't only work in the first chain, but for example also in the second. Then you're adding stitches, and then you get more and more and more, and then it kind of goes like a trapezium. If you forget to work in the chain, which is usually what happens, then you'll see your work going inward. So if you want to make sure that everything keeps straight, especially in the beginning, mark this stitch with a stitch marker, this chain 3. Then you're sure you're not going to forget. I'll show you the double crochet one last time. Chain 3, that's your turn. Then yarn over, and into the stitch that you're going for, insert, pick up the back loop, yarn over again, through 2 loops, 2 loops, yarn over, insert, yarn over, bring to the front, yarn over, through 2 loops, yarn over, through 2 loops.